Are there anime that you just cannot stand?
Yeah. Flame Wars begin. Um, Pretty much anything that falls outside of that 26 um episode, or there's a couple exceptions, but generally most shonen just irritates me because it goes on forever and seems to take forever to go nowhere. So um just I'll throw the obvious examples of there: Naruto, Bleach, and Inuyasha. As just, I mean, I can't really say I hate them because I don't watch them, but they, that that sort of style of thing doesn't really appeal to me.
Are there any Abridged series that you think are overrated or underappreciated?
Underappreciated certainly, and I just realized I forgot to mention one that I watch. Um, and that would be Jikuchi or Jerpentine's Gundam Seed Abridged. It's incredibly clever. I mean, when it works anyway. It's incredibly clever. The jokes are well thought out, and it reminds me of all the things that I want to do in mine when the jokes land. Sometimes it's a little bit slow, or the editing's bad, but that's usually only in the earlier episodes when he was still sort of figuring out what to do. All the later ones, they don't have that problem. It's like any abridged series that grows over time. And that's a really good one. And then one overrated. Now again, same problem with with overrated stuff. If I don't like it, I don't watch it. So I don't really have any call to say that a certain series doesn't have the right to be as popular as it is. So yeah, but certainly underrated and could use more views. Jerpentine's Gundam Seed Abridged.
Pirates or ninjas?
Totally pirates. Um, for if for no better reason, they have a much better speech. Um, Arr, matey. It's an awful lot more fun to be a pirate than it is to be a ninja. I mean, if you're a ninja, what are you gonna say? That you don't say anything because you live in the darkness, right? So, and of course, ninjas don't tend to have guns or cannons or ships. Those things are all awesome. Uh, Not only that, but as it might possibly be, you might be able to tell from just generally watching any of my shows, I'm a bit of a fan of the whole 18th, 19th century stuff. With the all the sharp references and just anything from that time period sort of interests me on an intellectual level and just how it works. And pirates were definitely an integral part of that.
What's something the fans don't know about Unwardil?
Something that would probably be surprising is that I'm probably the least formally educated abridger on YouTube, having never passed high school. I think someone made a comment to that, asking whether I had or not, and I said, "Would it surprise you if I said no?" So yes, indeed, I never bothered to finish high school because I didn't have to, and the whole process irritated me. When something irritates me, I tend not to do it anymore. Um, but yeah, the Takum Kum has pointed out that Thesaurus is the co-writer. Um, but yeah, and I don't regret that decision. Most of the people I know who went to university are now buried in mountains of debt and what with the fall of the economy and all that, whereas I own my own house and yeah, have no debt whatsoever and work quite happily as a musician. So I think I've made the right choice in there. But yeah, that whole thing where Alex says in the comment special, needlessly verbose something or other, who dropped out of high school. Yeah, he's just being truthful.
Are there any jokes in your series that you regret or you don't find all that funny?
Regret certainly. There's about a half-second flash of mind-numbing pun no jutsu in the first episode that if I ever go back and do a re-edit to sort of take out um the watermarking from my crappy file conversion that I did for the first 3 episodes, that would also go, because not necessarily that it wasn't funny, it was just sort of not really needed in the scene, and I didn't need to rip off HBI2K. I intended it to be an homage, but I don't think it really worked out that way. It was short enough that, if you blink, you'd have missed it. As for not funny, no. I mean, it'll sound arrogant to say it, but I don't write anything in the show that I don't personally find hilarious. So if I don't piss myself laughing when I watch it, it gets cut and I write something else.
Do you have a favorite joke?
Yeah, a couple of them. My favorite sort of one extended line joke would be Lavi's rant to Mullen right at the end of episode 5, where she says something about ineffectuality of regimental commitment to just sit there. That line. And for running gags, Mullen raping the lame goat. It would have been chivalry early on, but I haven't had an excuse to use chivalry for a while. Although I like chivalry too, so. We'll go with Mullen rape. I think that's definitely got the best returns off of it.
What other series would you consider abridging?
I would have considered abridging Ghost in the Shell. There's another anime that I forgot the name of that I like. Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex, or possibly the second gig, because there is actually someone put out a pilot episode of the first one, and I didn't hate it. I'm waiting to see if they make another one. But yeah, that would be a possibility. Also, Escaflowne, seeing as all 3, I would have done Escaflowne originally, actually, as another one, but there were 3 of them out at the time. So, but none of them have done a second episode yet, so I'm thinking the statute of limitations is about to expire on doing Escaflowne Abridged. And just because it was my introduction to anime, I would sometime like to abridge Akira, because other than the monstrous impossibility of such a project, and rewatching it a lot of times, the really, really, really difficult mouth flap they give you, and that almost all the time there's moving backgrounds and just looks like an editing nightmare, but I still want to do it. Or possibly Steam Boy, because steampunk. I like the steampunk.
How far do you see yourself abridging?
Well, certainly to the end of Last Exile, because it's only 26 episodes long, and I'm already up to, I think the next episode will cover up to 20. So, I mean, if I can't see that through to the end, then yeah, it's only 6 more to go. I don't know, really. It's basically as long as I keep having ideas for it, I'll probably keep making videos of it, because I enjoy the process of it more than anything else. So, yeah, and until it stops being amusing, or until I run out of ideas, whichever comes first.
Alright, Unwardil, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And for you watching at home, if you want to watch Last Exile, the Abridged series, go to Unwardil's page at youtube.com/Unwardil. Do you have any final comments before we sign off?
No, I think I'm good. Thanks for having me.